All right. So today, I'm actually kind of excited because this will be like the first kind of feature-ish that we'll be able to code end to end without it being like an infrastructure thing. We might have to do some Stripe configuration, which is unfortunate. Any type of configuration is obviously the most annoying part of software, to be honest, because like you're not writing the actual code or coming up with the actual feature or whatever. But yeah, so today we're gonna kind of have Codex and Claude go head to head on the same feature. I'm not sure if I want to use one or the other for planning, or have each of them plan their own, or have one of them plan and have both of them go off of the same plan. I'm leaning towards letting Ultra Code and Superpowers, so Claude, plan the feature, and then have them each do their own implementation based off of that and see how far we get. But the feature today will be a credit system. So if and when someone were to build out a user-facing feature to where it consumes API tokens, tokens from an LLM or an API. Obviously, you don't want to foot all that cost without monitoring it somehow, but B, charging for it, because it's like not to say it's a wrapper around ChatGPT or OpenAI or Anthropic or whatever, but like if you want to offer an AI feature within your app, it's going to cost you AI credits, tokens, whatever, and so you're gonna want a way to be able to monitor and prohibit the usage of that if their tokens are gone. So I can't think of an app right now. I always go to 11 Labs because I feel like it's pretty indicative. 11labs.io, and so if you go log in, and we have 10,000 credits, and we can do X amount of things with those credits, right? And different features deduct a certain amount of credits. So today we're going to be building this credit system inside of Launch Soku. Like we'll keep a running balance and all this stuff, and then we'll implement this into like an API call, or maybe an MCP or something. Probably just the API call, to where it'll be extensible to where the user can choose how many credits to deduct based on what feature they're trying to write, right? So I have to think about all this stuff. How will the tokens, or sorry, I keep saying tokens. How will the credits be provisioned? It's based on tier, right? So Stripe, you'll have to reconcile their subscription tier with the amount of tokens they have. Also maybe add a top-up system in there to where they can purchase credits a la carte, basically. It doesn't come with the subscription. So the way I've done it in the past is through Stripe metadata, and I'm gonna pull this up off screen real quick because I think I was on the other account, which has like sensitive info. So if I go into the sandbox, if I go into the sandbox right here, the way I've done it in the past, go away, is you'll have your product catalog, you'll have your tiers, and then you'll have your prices. And under each one of the prices, I believe, you'll have metadata, credits per period, right? So this has 5 million. When I did this one specifically, it was a credit system that automatically calculated how many credits you used and then deducted the same amount but at a markup. So say you went in and you did like a transcription thing within the app, and it cost me, my API, like the owner of the SaaS, it cost my API 1,000 tokens, right? And so I would do, under the hood, I would do all the calculations for whatever model they used, for what the pricing is currently per 1,000 tokens, and then I would deduct that out of this number, but at a markup of 2x or 3x or 1.5x or whatever it is, whatever business logic that you wanted to do. I don't want to do that in this because it's a little bit too complex, and it would make the users, like the people that would use this boilerplate, to have to go in and possibly update the business logic of the API costs and stuff. So instead, we're going to do a smaller token system, or credit system. I keep saying tokens. A smaller credit system, to where it's like they get kind of like this, right? And each operation you do costs a certain amount of tokens, which can be decided by the owner of the SaaS. So, but with that said, there's a lot of yapping for an intro to what we're going to be doing today, but it's kind of like what I'm thinking. So I think I'm going to use Ultra Code for the planning, and then switch branches, and I actually need to switch branches right now because it's on main. So we'll do git check -b feature credit system. So I kind of want this to be feature Claude credit system and feature Codex credit system, and then kind of compare how far they get and which one will be like a one-shot kind of deal. So yeah, we'll start with Claude, since we're going to be creating the feature doc inside of Claude. So we'll do Claude credit system, feature Claude credit system. Nice. All right, and let's just start speaking with Claude and kind of tell it our idea at a high level overview, and then it'll kick off the superpowers plugin and then start asking us a bunch of questions after that. I want to be really thorough with this, so expect many run-on sentences. Okay, so let's minimize this just so we can see what's going on. And I'm going to pull this over here just so it's not boring to like watch. So, or actually, just kidding, never mind. I want to implement a new feature for an AI credit system, for which any operation that we want to add this credit system to, whether it's adding credits or deducting credits, I'll be able to add that throughout the app depending on the different features that may use API keys, in-house API keys, not bring your own API keys. The credits should be connected to the billing tier via Stripe. In the past, I have provisioned those tokens via Stripe metadata, being a credits per period or something similar. And so when the user signs up or purchases a subscription, then the tokens, or the credits rather, get provisioned accordingly and are connected to that user's account. I'm open for feedback on different ways to do this though. As far as the credit system, whether you're adding or removing, those should be done per operation and should be able to be chosen how many credits get deducted per operation. So say we have 5 endpoints and one of them is like a low, an operation that uses AI but returns or consumes and returns low amount of credits or tokens rather from the LLMs. The business logic should be able to change how many credits gets deducted from the operation. So say 1 in that example. But say there's another operation or another function or another API call to our internal API that uses a lot of LLM tokens. We should be able to change that deduction system to say 20. These numbers are arbitrary. It should be decided by the business. It should be business logic of how many are deducted and when. The system should also take into account if Hi. What you doing? Did you have a good nap? I think Sissy's downstairs.
No, I hear them.
Really? Say hi. I'm streaming right now. I'm streaming right now.
Oh.
Yeah. Love you. Okay, what did I write? Where did I end that? The system should also take into account if and when the subscription renews, it should either reset the tokens to the baseline or add more credits to the existing balance. I'm open to suggestions on which one we should do based on complexity. All right, I think that's good for now. I think that may be good for now. If I have any other lingering questions or thoughts, I'll circle back to it. But that's where we're going to start for now. So we'll let this cook. I really want to do this in parallel because I don't want to wait for one to finish and then the other one start, but it's going to be hard because branching on a single device, I don't think Ultra Code is on. This is substantive. Is that a word? Substantive? Is that supposed to be substantial? Substantive? It's a weird word. Okay, whatever. Maybe I'm just not good at English. Okay, so yeah, I wanna do this in parallel to where Claude and Codex are kind of grinding at the same time because I don't want to get an hour into Claude And then, yes, run it. I should have done dangerously accept all permissions for this. I'll do that when I restart. But while it runs, okay. Discover the workflow is running across 5 subsystems in parallel. Stripe billing. I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't know how to pronounce that word you just said. HTML? What is that? I don't know what you're talking about. It might work more better. It might work more better if I did that. Mouse. That's funny. Okay. Yeah, so I knew it was going to suggest a ledger, which it did right here. The right core abstraction is append only credit ledger. Immutable entries, grants, deductions, refunds, expirations with balance derived, cached, not a single mutable balance, integer. That gives you item potency. I'm glad it suggested this little word. If you don't know what item potency is, it's basically just a value that makes it very unique to its own operation, and so it can't be messed with from other parts of the system. Or if it can't happen twice on that same kind of system. Auditability, it's clean refunds. When an LLM operation fails, all things you want the moment real money is attached. Per operation cost. A typed registry of orchestration costs no business logic sets cheap operation equals 1, expensive operation equals 20. Yeah, I mean, it's just yes. It's just repeating basically everything I said. HTML is a superior coding language. One could argue that everything on the internet under the hood is either JavaScript or HTML. So when it gets compiled down, that's what you're seeing. That's what the browsers are basically consuming and outputting. So there's a strong argument for superiority. I hate HTML though, to be honest. I don't remember the last time I coded in a .html file. It's had to have been 5 years since I did that. All right, let's check and see what you're doing. Recon, layout, deep dive, drives, dive into Stripe billing, Prisma schema, auth accounts, API keys, and ops, operations, and workers jobs. So I haven't set up anything in the workers yet, which will be our durable execution layer or event-driven architecture. Basically, if I choose to put temporal in this repository as part of the boilerplate, it'll live in workers, but I know that I'm going to use that for the project that I'm using this after. And temporal costs money. There's a generous free tier with usage and time limits. I want to say it's $1,000 in free credits or something, and for 3 months. But if you use either one of those up, then you got to start paying, and I want to say it's like $100 a month or something like that. So I don't know if I want to add it into this repo. I think it would behoove me to do that, just for anyone who wants to do, long chain type things, which I think nowadays is pretty much all SaaS is like long running operations or functions, and ones that chain together. Think like N8N or Make.com or Zapier under the hood probably uses something like that for their durable execution, retries. Otherwise, you're hand rolling all that stuff. Like if something fails due to whatever reason, you have to hand roll retries, which is like, oops, this failed, let's try again. And then you have to like pass in all the information from all the other things that happened before that back into it, and that's kind of hard to do. Like it's a hard thing to take into account all of the edge cases that could happen. So the service or the service that we'll be using under the hood will take care of all of that. I have hand rolled my own version of that, and it's very difficult. Like it's not easy, and like I'm sure that there's bugs in it, especially for like scheduling. Like you can set up a cron job and do like tasks and queues, but it's pretty complex. Like it's not easy to do. So that was a mini rant on durable execution, but for what it's worth. All right, so this is doing a little deep dive ski, and we're just gonna wait for that to finish. I need to Google over here on the side. I guess I could just ask. I've not done this before, so the way, yeah. So yo, what up, big dog? What's good, homie? So it's still discovering. I need to come over here and go new chat. All right, now it has the full code base grounded picture. Before the questions, here are the findings. Reshape the design. A couple are important enough that you'll want to know them up front. Key realities in your code base. Billing is per workspace, not per user. Yeah. Stripe customer ID, workspace subscription, and workspace entitlement all hang off of workspace, correct? Because this is going to be multi-tenant, so I can have multiple users under one workspace. So that the users of this app, if they so choose, can easily and simply do like enterprise or agency type subscription model. Work on my project watching you. Hell yeah, dude. We're all just kind of vibing and hanging, dog. I appreciate you dropping in. What are you working on these days? Short answer. Okay. The AI operations don't exist yet. Yeah, I know that. No, 0 LLM calls are implemented. Temporal is subbed and unwired. I know. Workers aren't even deployed or connected to the DB. And your tier copy already advertises 50, 500 unlimited generations per month, but nothing meters or enforces it. This is actually good news. Yeah, I know. I didn't do the ones before this on purpose because I don't want to add in the tokens after, or sorry, credits. I keep saying tokens. But nothing matters or enforces. This is actually good news. It means the feature here is reusable credit infrastructure, ledger, provisioning, and deduction primitive. Any op can call. Plus, wiring it into reference operations and metering every future op happens as each operation gets built. I'll scope it that way. Agentic IDE, sick, dude. That's dope. I recommend integer credits, not decimals, correct? And an append-only ledger. Grants, debits, and refunds as immutable rows, balance derived and cached, rather than a single mutable counter. That one choice buys you auditability, clean refunds, and idempotent deductions for free. Your invoice webhooks aren't handled yet. They fall through to ignored. Okay, but the API is long-lived Nest.js service on Railway with working signature verified webhooks and event-level idempotency, which is this type of event. So renewal-driven grants slot cleanly into the existing webhook switch. Non-cron required. This is actually dope because like cron jobs at scale are hard. If we grant on invoice paid, I will like it. Few things I'm adopting as defaults. Veto any in your reply. Allotment source equals stripe price metadata. Okay, this is what I said last time. Matching your past approach. Oh wait, it said it's gonna get rid of it? Allotment source equals stripe price metadata. Example is your, wait, I just lost it. Is your past approach. Change plan credits in Stripe dashboard. No deploy. Note, nothing reads Stripe metadata today. So this is a small new read on a checkout / renewal. Tiers denominated in credits. Denominated in credits. So 50, 500, unlimited. Generations become something like starter 500, pro 5,000, scale 50,000 credits. And we're simply, where a simple generation equals 10 and a heavy repurpose from URL, whatever, equals 200. Real numbers are yours to set. I'll put a proposed table in the spec. Okay, a few things I'm adopting as defaults. Oh wait, it just rewrote all that. Okay, when a subscription renews each period, what happens to the workspace's credit balance? You ask for recommendation here. Reset to plan allotment. See, yeah, I think this, because otherwise we're gonna have to keep a running ledger of how many they have, and it's kind of like a use it or lose it system. I don't think it's a bad business decision. this is where like my integrity wants to like write integrous code, right? Integrous business logic. But at the same time, a business is a business. And so say someone signs up for the $49, whatever, however much it is, right? $49 a month. And we give them 10,000 credits, and they use the software for what it's worth, and they use some of the features, they don't use some of the features, and at the end of the month, or right before their bill renews, they still have 4,000 credits left. In a way, even though they're using the platform and they chose on their own, like to keep it, like to make it their subscription renew, we made more money on them because they didn't use some of the AI features, which isn't our problem per se. Like, we want to build features that people use because it helps them. But if they don't use them, then that's fine. It's kind of more money in our pocket because we're not paying for API usage, like LLM API usage. So I'm going to go with reset to plan allotment because the goal of any SaaS is revenue. And reset capped rollover, reset the allotment to carry unused credits forward to the cap, e.g. 1 month's worth. Friendlier to users, moderately more complex. Yeah, no, I'm just going to do reset to plan allotment. What should happen when a workspace tries an operation it can't afford? Balance is less than operation cost. Hard block with 402. Pre-flight gate refuses an operation and returns a 402 upgrade prompt. Predictable spend, no surprise bills, skimplist. Yeah. Allow overage, no. Soft degrade, queue, no. Yeah, we're gonna hard block because we can't afford. This is such an interesting business decision too. Like, I want to say soft degrade with a queue, fall back to a cheaper model, or queue the op until the next reset. Most complex and usually premature for V1. Because like, this is a good idea software wise. Say they're on like the last day of their billing cycle, and you know they're cranking out with the workflows that they've set up, and they all of a sudden just start failing because there's no more credits. This would be nice, but it's going to be very complex. And so I agree with the assessment down there. For V1, just a hard block with a 402. Like, yo, you ran out of credits, sorry. And maybe like an email notification or something. Where should the per operation credit cost live? No business logic can set cheap business object. What? Typed code registry, a typed map of operation to cost in TypeScript living next to billing tiers. Type safe, code renewed, versioned with the operation. Changing a cost needs a deploy. Cost change rarely. Simply and at least error prone. Database config table, costs in the table you can retune at runtime with no deploy. Flexible for experimentation, but adds a model seeding, caching, and an admin surface and decouples costs from the ops code. I like this idea more. Hybrid, code defaults plus DB overrides. In case anyone hasn't noticed, like when you're working with LLMs and you're asking it to build stuff for you and you're coming up with plans and stuff, it's always gonna default the easiest one. It's gonna default to the easiest thing that it thinks it can accomplish. It's not necessarily the best thing. Their recommended is not always necessarily the best thing. it's recommending it based off of whatever its logic is at the moment, which usually with these LLMs is to complete the task for you, not particularly to complete it in the correct way. So cost in the table, you can retune at runtime with no deploy, flexible for experimentation, but adds a model seeding, caching, and admin surface, and decouples the cost from the ops code. See, I like this more because we can have an admin panel. Shoot, hold on, let me think about this. This would be an admin panel for the owner of this repository, for the owner of the code, not an admin panel for like in the app dot like this one. It wouldn't be an admin panel for a user in here, right? It wouldn't be in settings or profile or whatever. Yeah, it's gonna do this because I'm not connected to the VPN, or I am connected to the VPN, but yeah. And I don't really want to set up a whole admin panel for this yet. It would probably be helpful. Like, and I was thinking about this when I first started this project, is to create another app in here that is for the repository owner, for the admin of the app. So it could see its users, it could see their billing and stuff like that. I gotta think about that though. Because that's another staging website, that's another production website. It would be very helpful, but thinking through, like, would it be more overhead? Would it be like, if anyone clones this, is that too much configuration? Is the help worth the hassle? This is one of those decisions where it's like, am I gonna kick myself later for it? Let's go with the typed registry. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do the typed registry, like code-based only. Even though it is only a single value or like a couple of values. I like the idea of having like an admin portal, so kind of like admin, so kind of like this, where we'll have the admin portal. I could just do it in here. We'll have the admin portal. You'll have like, this is logs, but like feature toggles, so you can turn on and off different things that you want your users to see. But then there'll be another one in here called like token costs, or like operation cost or whatever. And it would update the database. I'm gonna, shoot. I'm gonna do that. And then, yo, what up, Tolly? What's good, dog? I've been streaming earlier, and earlier during the day, and I haven't seen you pull up because you're probably sleeping and stuff, which is great. But I was telling some homies yesterday that yesterday and the day before that, I actually started the day before that, that I had to start a Discord because I was like, oh shoot, my European buddies, like people over in that side of the hemisphere, Like I haven't seen him in a couple days, so I wanted to like connect. So you should join the Discord so we can like chat offline or whatever. Because yeah, that's literally the only reason I created it. Was like, oh dude, Tali, and then I can't remember one of the other guys' names. He was from Latvia or something like that. I was like, oh dude, I wanna keep cutting it up with the homies offline and stuff. So one suggestion for the UI design. I'm trying to build the UI design with Opus 4.8, but it's not building what I want, and I always get other output than I expected. Do you have any suggestions? The number one suggestion that I would have, Jeet, would be to find a website that you like the design of. I don't use Discord. I'm only on Telegram, to be honest. Oh, okay. Maybe I'll start a Telegram then. See, I don't use Telegram at all, but I'll start one with the homies, or I'll join, or I'll whatever. Yeah, so Jeet, what you're gonna want to do is find a website that you like the design of. This is what I do. You find a website that you like the design of. Say it was, I mean, I don't know, anything. What's something cool right now? What's something people are talking about? What's a cool website? What's that one? Base 84 or something? Is that what it's called? Base 44. Yeah, so say you like the design of this website where it has like the parallax and stuff like that. You know, whatever. You'll connect, what I do is I connect Playwright to my LLM, like the coding agent. So either Codex or Claude, and then tell it to visit the website. Telling it to visit the website and copy the styles according to whatever thing you want it to copy, because it can go look at the HTML and stuff like that, and it'll create it almost verbatim if you use Playwright. I have heard of other people using Vercel's agent browser. Vercel agent browser, which I have not used yet. By the way, Base 44 was made by an Israeli guy I have mutuals with. That's insane, dude. I didn't know that. That's so cool. Yeah, so Vercel released something called Agent Browser. I don't know really much anything about it other than that it could be a replacement for Playwright, but I can't speak intelligently on it and show you any results that I have had from it because I have not used it. But I hear that it's cheaper, a la free, like tokens wise. But I can't confirm or deny. I built my landing page. This guy, 3000, based on a website that I saw, because I'm not a designer. I'm not great at design. I came up with all this stuff on my own, but like, kind of like the structure, the background stuff, the colors, I don't know, different elements. I had to create these images by myself, which you could probably tell. These again by myself too, but as far as like colors, design, stuff like that, I did it the way I suggested to begin with, which was the Playwright. All right, I don't know what I want to do here. I want to do this one. I want to do the DB config table, but I don't want to set up a whole. Like repository owner admin portal. I could just add a new user type of super user and it would be just the repository owner, and have him only be able to them only be able to access certain routes, which would be easy. Because I do not want to do like another subdomain, because the marketing website for these apps will live on the root domain, right? So launchsoku.io. The help website lives on help.launchsoku. The docs live on docs.launchsoku. The application itself lives on app.launchsoku. And so I don't want one like, I just don't want to build another one. That's like a whole nother thing, a whole nother venture. It is the right way to do it, right? But that means setting up a whole nother site, more Cloudflare stuff. Tolly, what would you do? What would you do, Tolly? Would you make a route inside of your app domain? App.launchsoku/ super admin or something like that? Would you make that to where only super admins in your code base can access that, or would you do the admin portal basically? You'd probably do the admin portal. I know you would. You do it like /admin, you have it gated. Okay. That doesn't make me feel as bad. Because I just know there's apps out there. So like this one's on a subdomain, obviously. I wonder if they have admin. No. Not sure about best practices though. Usually you want it away from a public facing thing. It wouldn't be hard. I'm gonna do it. I think it looks more professional. God. Then there's a whole nother user database. Dang it. Yeah, we'll do db config table. Right? Yeah. How should the deduction be transacted around any operation, especially the heavy async ones that can fail or partially complete? Reserve and settle, check plus hold the estimated cost up front, prevents concurrent overspend and double charging via the item potency key, then settle the actual cost. Debit on success only, pre-check balance, run the op, deducts only if succeeded, no refund logic needed, and never charges for failures, but low balance workspaces can fire many concurrent ops that all pass the pre-check overspend. Debit on start, no refund. You have to pay to play. This is pay to play. Put your coin in. I don't care if you win or not. That's how businesses do it. You got to pay to play, big dog. Well, the big LLMs, if it fails, they'll not charge you. Yeah, so we'll do this one. Okay. I've yet to decide if it's going to be on a subdomain or a protected route. Insane, my weekly usage ended and it turned on token usage for like 3 prompts, $16. That is insane, dude, because like you can use so much. You can use so much on the subscription based, but as soon as you turn on the API, dude, you start getting, yeah, effed in the beehole. Not good. Rumors, Mythos is going to be released soon, and it should be like 3x more expensive. I just don't know about it, dude. I just don't know how. Like, who's gonna use it? Now I have the exact tier definitions, Prisma conventions, and the billing schema. Ignoring, the Vercel bootstrap, Vercel storage, hook suggestions. Yeah, they're finely patterned matches. This stack is a Neon Prisma on Railway. I'm authoring the spec, not bootstrapping or migrating storage. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Okay, it just repeated itself. I think I am gonna create a little subdomain, but it's not gonna be like super robust or anything. I mean, if I get one shot the stuff I end up wasting a whole day on with Opus, I'd pay. But for the API usage though, when you're paying $100, let's just say $100 for whatever you just figured out in 3 prompts, no way I'm doing that, to be honest. Because like, then I get down this slippery slope of doing that all the time. I don't know, like I'm only on the $100 plan of Claude. Maybe I just don't code enough. But I never run out of usage limits. Like, what am I at right now? It's probably pretty low, to be honest. Settings, usage. I mean, if I keep going, I might run out of usage. Because right now I'm at 25% on a Saturday and it doesn't reset until Wednesday. Yeah, so I have like 8 agent windows at all times working. The 3 prompts were super stupid. That's funny. I don't have the mental bandwidth to have 8 different processes going at the same time. The creator of Claude Code said he uninstalled his IDE in November, and now he says he doesn't even prompt it, just writes loops for the agents to figure out the prompts. Explain that. What do you mean? Spec scaffolded. Now I'll write the full design. Let me confirm the generated formatter, then write the complete spec. What do you mean he doesn't prompt it? Like, how does it come up? Yeah, poker helped me with the mental bandwidth. Yeah, the other guy created a language around virtual quantum compute. Used to multi-table. Oh, I got you. Used to multi-table. I got you. Like, as a developer myself, like I've only ever worked on like 1 or 2 features at a time. And so even thinking about, I have a really good roadmap for my Soku because I have V0 coded out already. And so technically I could probably do that and see like how fast I could speed run getting V1 to V0 specs because I have like an entire roadmap planned. But even so, like thinking about how to reconcile branches, the amount of rebases or the spec past the structural gate, The adversarial red team review is running. 3 reviewers attacking the designs from a correctness, concurrency, stripe, and scope testability angles. And I'll fold any must-fix findings into the spec before handing it to you to approve. So you're reviewing the hardened design rather than a first draft, standing by for that to land. Nice. You know who I hate to watch lose, Tolly? You probably know him. Is Ethan something, but his name on YouTube's Rampage. I hate watching that guy punt and lose, dude, because he's just a gambler, and he makes a lot of money off of YouTube and sponsors and stuff, so I think he just blows all of that money in poker. You know, and he had his heyday back in 2023 or something, made like a couple mil or something like that. Um, 38% speed up, binary processing to quantum. That's nuts. No, that's what I said. I hate watching him lose. Like, it's so annoying. Like, dude, like, just fold. Even when he talks through his thought process, I'm like, dude, do you hear what you're saying? Like, you've got queen 10. And there's 2 kings out there. Like, just fold. Like, dog. What do you think you have? Not everyone is a punter like you. Like, not everyone is bluffing every hand like you. Like, he bluffs so much. Work trees. Claude does most of it. Just click to work in a work tree, then explain the feature. He plans it. Codes for an hour. I test and ask another Claude to merge. Okay. People just convince themselves to do what they want to do, no matter the logic. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I can't say that I was much different. Like when I used to like day trade, and it's like you would come to these decision matrices, and it's like, okay, should I or should I not do this? Should I close it out or wait and hold or add more or buy the low, dollar cost average? And I convinced myself, similar to Rampage, it's like, what's the worst that can happen? It can always get worse. You can always lose all of your money. It's never off the table. Started rereading Ray Dalio's principles. He talks about Dalio's principles. He talked about a lot there. Good book if you've never read it. I've never read that. He made me a lot of money trading. Yeah, no, I never read this. He made me a lot of money trading. Maybe I'll read it, dude. I haven't traded in quite some time. I haven't traded in quite some time. Look at this. I like this a lot. So I have a skill in there for like chat SDK. But it's ignoring it because it doesn't have to do with the actual task, which is sick. It's not for traders per se, more like mental models on how to live life better and run a company better and so on. Oh, okay. Interesting. I'm gonna have to give it a read, dude. It's different every time I read it. Last time was like 6 years ago. I mean, if you're still thinking about it and it's still like helping you operate your daily life, I would say it made some big impact, which maybe it had some good concepts in there. Last book I read, I don't read a ton. Last book I read was The Four Agreements. And based on the way I grew up and like just some like life circumstances and stuff like that, I read it at a really good time in my life, and it kind of made me wake up a little bit to like, okay, there's more scenarios, more options, more possibilities in your current state and your future based on like how you were raised and stuff like that. Not that I have any problem with my parents or how I was raised. It's a really, really good book. It makes you question more, which is, I think, which is always a good way to live life. It's just like, hey, don't believe everything you read on the internet. Don't believe everything your parents tell you. Don't believe everything, your spiritual leader tells you or whatever, or your spiritual role model or whatever. Like, ask more questions kind of thing. That's what I kind of walked away from the book with. It's like, hey, just ask more questions about your life and how you want it to look. Why does it look the way it does now? What's good, what's bad about it? How'd you get here? Kind of thing. It's a good one though. All right, let's see what this little cutie. Yo, what up, dog? What's good? Yeah, I think that's my biggest pet peeve. I wouldn't say it's naivety. I would say that I was naive for a very, very long time in my life, just in general. Just not really aware. And I think for people who are raised a certain way tend to be more naive than others. And it's the ones that just believe everything they are taught or told and take it for like face value. Oh, really? That's what you learned from your experience? That's okay. I'll take that to heart and live my life based on what you learned. Versus, this is my big thing. It's like, okay, obviously glean information and wisdom and experience for people who have done something before, who have learned a lesson based on their life experiences. But the thing that I've noticed is like a lot of people teach things based on no experience. They'll be like, this is the way you should do something because this is how I was told. Not based on their own experiences, right? So why would I listen to someone who's telling me that I can get XYZ outcome if they've never actually gotten XYZ outcome? They're just blindly believing something just like I would, and it just like propagates the issue on and on and on. And so I would rather live my life, A, seeking counsel or information, knowledge, wisdom from people who have genuine life experience in whatever issue that I'm trying to tackle, or do like an A/B test with my own life, where it's like, hey, I encountered, ABC issue, and before that, I was doing X. X didn't work, so I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to hopefully I don't run into the same issue again. But B, if I do, I'm going to try a different approach. I'm going to try and do something different leading up to issue 2.0 of the same one. And hopefully my actions leading up to that would maybe even prevent it, right? So I'm not gonna beat a dead horse and like white knuckle my way through life, even though like the way I lived for the past 25 years. Some things worked out, some things didn't, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But like, I'm not gonna white knuckle a truth because I was told that was the truth. Anyways, that was a little philosophical rant. I believe the spec talk is completed. So let's kind of like give it a once over. I know I want to add one thing in here, which is the new domain. I'm going to put it on an admin domain. No, I am not 25. Most teaching nowadays is showing, while the teaching is making the other person understand. Yeah. It's the whole matrix thing. I don't really like the framing, but they talk about similar things. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but I am going to put this on a subdomain. I think. All right. This is feature spec, give launch soaker, reusable, workspace, scope AI credit system, single ledger, tiers, webhooks, auth. I do need to add this in here though. No decimals. So Tali, how would I, if I'm working based, you probably know this. Hold on, let me reserve. I'm 75, bro. I've been here for a while. Balance initial holds because reset. No, I'm just kidding, dog. I'm 33. 33. Turned 34 this year. Stripe event. But I'll be able to change these. Okay, Tali, answer me this. How could I run this on Claude and Codex in parallel, to where they're working on two separate branches, but but they're doing it at the same time. Because locally, obviously Git, you can only do one thing at a time in your local branch, and you can't, like, even if I ask Codex to check something out, like check out a new branch, it's going to check it out locally. So it's going to change whatever this is to that one. Maybe that's the workspace thing you're talking about. Like that's an area I have actually no experience in. Work trees. So I can just ask it to do like a work tree. I've never done a work tree. Basically it duplicates the repo. Okay. Sure. What you want is Git. Okay, I just Googled it, or I just looked it up on Claude. What you want to do is a Git work tree, one repo, multiple working directories, each with its own checked out branch, all sharing the same Git object store underneath. Git add, Git work tree add. Okay. All right, I want you to approve this plan and start a new work tree under this repo - Claude to do the work. Is that right? Or should I be on main? Because right now I'm on, actually, you know what? We're gonna do, should I branch off of main to do this, or should I branch off of my feature branch? I should probably branch off of main, and it should create its own feature in its own work tree, right? Am I tracking with that? Git checkout main. I don't think I'll lose any of my progress. Right? So I'll ask them to switch to their own work tree, and then I'll do their own branch off of that work tree. So it'll be like launch Soku - Claude and launch Soku - Codex. And then under those, they'll do their own branch, feature, credit system. Okay. So I can do that. So I'll do, instead of, because I named it Claude Credit System, what I'll do is, because when it commits, how does the commit work? When it commits and pushes, is it going to push, it'll still push to its own branch, branched off of whatever branch it was branched off of, and then I could potentially push that back into wherever I want it to go. So yeah, so I'll do git checkout -b feature credit system. All right. So I want you to approve this plan. I push to a PR branch and then you merge it. Yeah, I would push a PR in a branch and then you merge it. Yeah. All right. I want you to approve this plan and start the new work under a new work tree named launch Soku - Claude. And create a new branch in that work tree for this work. I have a spec doc named 2026-06-06-AI. Oh, no, I'm not going to do that. Dude, am I an idiot? Am I... This is my spec doc. I want you to create a new work tree named launchsoku-codex and create a new branch in that work tree for this work and get started on it. Hello? Launch work tree. In that work tree, get started on it. All right, let's try that. All right, bro, back to the weekly limits, back to work, weekly limits reset. Let's go, bro. Let's go. Get after it. Hey, thanks for dropping in, Tolly. I'll let you know how it goes. So let's see, this one? Where'd that thing go? I downloaded it somewhere. I downloaded this for the Claude versus Codex thumbnail. Little Mortal Kombat action. I think I'm gonna have to go back in after this is done. And do two things. Well, I'm gonna have to do the database migration. I'm gonna have to add the credit system metadata to Stripe, and I may have to reprompt it to add some sort of admin dashboard for the changing of the AI credit deduction values per operation, like the low, medium, high, or cheap versus expensive or whatever. Yo, what up, Gato? Welcome back. What's good, big dog? Also vibing on Madden, so I got you tabbed. Hey, I appreciate that, brother. Hey, thank you, bro. It's Saturday's a good day to get lost in the sauce. Every day is a good day to get lost in the sauce. Feature AI credits Claude. Take over feature. Yikes! This branch, the branch feature AI credits is already checked out by the launch. That's funny. It already did it. So let's do Claude. All good. You're seeing the finish lines. I'm pretty excited. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Things are going well on my end. Yesterday I got the public MCP set up. Well, I got the MCP set up for the staging website I don't want to release it to like the prod yet. So working locally and working in stage, which is dope. So today I'm working on an AI credit system. And I'm kind of doing like a true Claude versus Codex. So I'm working on the same feature with the same spec doc in the same repository. Basically the same prompt. But I'm yeah, I'm using the same, sorry, I just bugged out there. I'm using the same prompt and putting them head to head and see which one gets closer to what I want. So we'll see what happens. I have a sneaky feeling that Claude is going to do a better job, but we'll see. I'm on Ultra Code for Claude, and I'm on 5.5 extra high for Codex. So we'll see what happens. Oh shoot, I forgot about that. I was supposed to You're blessed with Claude subscription, and now I'm coding with Opus 4.8 and Sonnet 4.6. Just thinking. I need to do anything in here? I don't think so. Let's go open another one of these. Yeah. Claude, while we're working on this. I think these work trees are making my computer like super slow actually. Oh yeah, they are. Dang. I'm gonna quit some stuff. Why is it? Why is it asking if? Per the flow, with the spec approved and the branch live, the next artifact is the execution plan. The how concrete file map across numbered tasks and per task verification. It's kind of cool. It's like showing me all the different tasks that are based on the original spec doc, which is why I like using the Superpowers plugin so much, because like it's a very robust spec doc for a pretty important feature. So if anyone hasn't tried out using Superpowers, the plugin for feature doc writing, I'd highly suggest it. Because now I'm going against this spec doc for both Codex and Claude, or vice versa. And we're going to see how they fare, see how they line up. Yeah, with this, like half vibing, half like hands-on. Right now, I'm kind of testing. That's vibe code maxing. Yeah, I'm kind of testing the difference between 4.8 and 5.5 on this one specific feature. So we'll see how we'll see what happens. I'm curious. These are on like separate work trees, separate branches, and so all of this code could be thrown away in 2 hours. Hopefully my Codex doesn't run out of limits, because I'm only on the $20 plan of that one, because I hardly ever use Codex. Let's see where we're at. Oh, sick. What? That's funny. I've never seen it before. I've opened Codex like a couple times, but let's see. Code, it literally just deleted it. That's crazy. Can I see my usage for Codex on yeah. 80% remaining. I always freak out when I see this one, because Claude does it the other way. Claude does their usage like the direct opposite of this. So they say 80% used, and this bar goes this way as far as used. I'll show you in a second. So if I go to settings, usage, 25% used, and the it's going left to right, same way this one's going. But this one's going like kind of right to left, because like the lesser it gets, the less you have. But the more this one gets, the less you have. So it always freaks me out when I come in here and I look at this one, because I'm like, oh shit, I only have, oh wait, I actually have a lot left. So, which is kind of confusing, but whatever. Dude, I'm so jacked. Yeah, I appreciate that, dude. Thank you. Could always be bigger, though. Could always be bigger. Everybody wants to be a bodybuilder, but no one wants to lift no heavy-ass weights. Little Ronnie Coleman for you. Preacher curls will get you jacked. Trust. Yeah. Lifting moderately heavy to decently heavy weight until close to failure on pretty much everything you do. That's just what I do. Everyone tries to complicate it, dude. Everyone online's like, oh, the 5 best ways to build muscle mass. It's really simple. You just have to work out every day, 6 days a week, with good consistency, eating a lot, getting close to failure on every set, for 5 years, and then you're there. It's really, really easy. Duke, I assume you work out too, brother? I kind of fell off. I kind of fell off late 2022, 2024 until like about 4 months ago, I started getting back into it. But it feels good to get back in the gym. So let's go in here. Yes. Let's go into Neon, which is our database. Well, it's a Postgres database, but whatever. Log in ski and see if we have our new tables in there, because we just... Let's wait for this one to finish first. The middle one is just Claude doing some database migrations in preparation for both of these things to finish. The tests fail for intended reasons. Credit domain module does not exist. I'm adding the minimal tier field, Zod contracts, export. Okay, sick. How much do I weigh? I weigh... Yeesh. I weigh about 210, 215, depending on the day, depending on the week. Yeah. 215 divided by 2.2. 97 kilos, for anyone wondering. It's like overseas or something. 97 kilograms. I also just did shoulders yesterday, and so I kind of have like a little extra sauce going up here. Yesterday? Actually, I just lied. I literally just lied to chat. I did not work out yesterday. I took a day off. Shoulders was the day before that. Today, if I get off stream early enough, should be legs. But we'll see. My lower back's been hurting. We'll see. Okay, let's go into our database, into stage, and go look at the tables. We should have credit accounts, credit ledger events, credit reservations. Nice. So when this gets going, we should, now let me go into the plan and add Stripe. We need the metadata. Let's go see what what do we call it? Credits enforcement, no. Insufficient credits. Monthly credits. Let's go into Stripe real quick, and we'll go into metadata for each of these. Add another one. Monthly credits, we'll say, this is enterprise, we'll say 50,000, I guess. I don't really know what it's going to be yet, but go back. I think it was that one I just did. Yeah, monthly credits. And then we'll go to PWO, default, add another monthly credits, 15,000. I can't remember. I don't know. I did 20. Yeah, and then we'll do starter, default, monthly credits 10,000. Do you have those lights set up just for the stream and all of this? No, I mean, that's just my setup. This is my home office, my streaming room, whatever. They stay on 24/7, to be honest. I haven't turned off the ones around in years. Like, those things are the most faithful LED strips I've ever owned. I've owned that strip. It's actually two chained together. I've owned that strip for literally 5 years, and they've been on, I would say, 24 times 365. So 6,360. Oh wait, that's 200. 8,760 hours. I would say, just being generous, let's just say they've been on for 300 days a year times literally 5 years. Those little suckers have been on for 36,000 hours, and they're still very bright. Yeah, I will say the problem with those, because I bought them 5 years ago, the app that they were connected to, like, I think they shut the server down or something, because I can still open the app, but I can't change the colors from my phone anymore. So I have to, like, go over there and switch it with my hand, which is fine. I mean, I switch them like every couple of days. But yeah. To answer your question directly, they're not specifically for the stream. They're just always on. I have an insatiable desire for LEDs. So, all right. My electricity bill is going to be crazy. I don't know. They don't, like, I've not noticed. I mean, I've been running them for 5 years, so I can't really think about going back to the beginning and remembering what my bill was. And I've moved houses a couple times since then, and states and countries, actually. I brought these lights with me when I moved to Thailand in 2023, 2024. I moved to Thailand for a year and a half in 2024, and I brought these lights with me and plugged them in, and they stayed on nonstop. Okay, I'm making a couple things, but the first one is like a production level boilerplate application that beginners / intermediates can use to get started on their SaaS apps to build features and not infrastructure. So it's a highly opinionated software stack that uses all of these tools and gets you going from 0 to 90% in 0 to 90% in like less than a day. And so you can go into your coding terminal and start coding features and not like all this setup, billing, API usage, AI usage, like LLM costs and stuff. So that's what we're doing right now, is implementing a credit system, an AI credit system, to where if you want to build some sort of AI feature implementation into your app, you can charge credits for that. That's what we're doing today. And then I'm going to build my app on top of this, which is a social media distribution app. So I'll have like automations and stuff, AI usage, whatnot. But yeah, what you see me building right now is the boilerplate application. Damn, you have 15 followers on TikTok. Oh, Instagram. Yeah, so I used to do like content creation for like fitness stuff back in the day. So most of those people are like fitness related people, not really software related people. I've been doing software for a long time, like 7-8 years, but I've never really talked about it. I was more like into the fitness side of things, but I did it for like a year, and then like wasn't really into the fitness. I wouldn't even consider myself an influencer, just fitness content creator, really. So, and that's, yeah, so. But yeah, I have a few on Instagram and a few on TikTok, but I don't really post anymore. I need to start posting again, but I want to start posting like with software and AI related stuff, to be honest. But I don't want to be one of those guys that's like, best new thing since sliced bread, Opus 4.8 just released, here's how you can use it. Like, dude, don't give me the ick, bro. Like, I'm a really simple, goofy guy too, and so it's like I use simple workflows to build cool tools. And so it's like the hard part for me is like figuring out new content to post about when I don't do all this crazy stuff. And I'm not going to be like your AI reporter guy who's like, next new thing. I'm just not going to do that. That's not the kind of content creator I want to be. That's not the kind of business I would want to run. Like I want to be more focused in what I do, helping someone achieve a specific outcome versus like a broad, I don't know, umbrella of the AI tutorial guy or something like that. So, but there's people out there that do that and they actually crank, right? They make great money doing that kind of stuff. So there's no shame or hate or shade or anything. It's just not what I want to do personally. So I'd rather pull up on stream, show people what I'm doing in real time. I don't know, make some friends, some homies along the way. Just kind of hang out. Buddy asked me, how do I invest? I'm not I'm not a licensed, whatever you call it, investment guy. I can't remember what you call it. So I can't give investment advice. I wouldn't suggest buying any specific thing, but the thing that I've always done is buy stocks or whatever in companies that you like and that you use. Because if you're buying it, chances are a lot of other people are buying it too. And so, like, say you buy a specific type of phone, and every year you buy the new version of that phone. Chances are other people like you will buy that, and if people are buying it, that means that company is making money. Same thing with like food. There's publicly traded food restaurants. If you find yourself going to the same restaurant, you know, a couple times a month because you like it, chances are they're doing really good in revenue and will continue to do so. But that's like level 1 of investing, right? But if you're not investing any money anywhere, that's a good place to start, I would say. Buying companies that you already use and like. You don't have to do much market research into it. All right. Oh yeah, I forgot about this part. Annual plans need an explicit monthly reset policy. Annual plans should be annual plan credits should be provisioned when they check out and have a successful subscription. It will automatically provision their token allotment for the year, and it can and should be reprovisioned when their subscription renews the following year, in accordance with the Stripe webhooks and the invoice.paid webhook event. At least that's how I think it is going to work, rather than provisioning a monthly amount. But I can see how it could be confusing because the metadata object is named monthly credits. So yeah, what's up, Too Terrifying? Yeah, I'm good, dog. How are you? I'm chilling. Okay, the Stripe metadata field name for the credits allotment is monthly credits, an integer stored like 5,000, with a companion unlimited field in the string true for the unmetered scale tier. These live in Stripe price metadata. Yes. Stripe price metadata unlimited. Read per price, not on the product or subscription. Yeah, correct. I already did that. The resolver parses them and falls back to the encode tier credit defaults. Starter 50, Pro 500, scale unlimited. When a field is missing or invalid, so blank metadata never uses 0 to customer. One note for whoever sets these in the Stripe dashboard: nothing in the app reads price metadata today. So these two keys have to be added to each of the 6 prices, 3 tiers, month/year, for the dashboard values to take effect. Otherwise, okay, that makes sense. wait for this to finish, and then okay, is this still working? I need to go back and change. I actually need to go back and change because I like how I had it before with the credits per period. So I don't have to change monthly credits on an annual subscription. So it's all credits per period. I need to tell it that. One caveat and update to the plan we need to change and update for any code that has already been written is to change the metadata from monthly credits to credits per period, so that we don't have to take into account if the period is monthly or annually, because there shouldn't be extra code to be written special for the annual plan, because the updates, reprovisioning of the credits should be completed on the Stripe webhook of invoice.paid. So whatever credit per period metadata they have in there, it should be added or reconciled according to that number, not based on annual or monthly. Why didn't that copy that in there? Hello? This thing's bugging right now. Yeah, these all need to be changed to credits, not monthly credits, or credits per period or something like that. But Claude is oh, there we go. Okay, your model is correct. Update the spec and the contracts. Monthly provision, monthly allotment on each paid invoice. Annual provisioned 12x monthly credits. Let me just make sure this is correct too. Monthly credits up front, then reset yearly. Invoice paid is authoritative, canonical metadata. Okay, yeah, it did change it. Legacy remains supported and scales 12 annually. No. Remove that completely. We have no active users, so no need to keep legacy monthly credits supported, as this will just accrue tech debt. Okay, how much I wonder how much contact or how much credits we have left on Codex platform. Usage. This is Codex. Let's forget they're different. 49% remaining. Yeah, I'm not hopeful. Honestly, I'm not hopeful for Codex finishing this in one shot. But we'll see. We'll go check out that branch in a second and see where we're at. Are there any outstanding items in the spec or the plan that need to be implemented, or is this feature complete, pushed to remote, and ready to be reviewed? I do want to go in here and show it this. Kind of show it this and see. We'll save this because I want it to show this with the upgrade button and all that stuff. Probably down where's my actual 2001? Probably down here somewhere. If I click on this, maybe like a circle with the credits in there like they have. Like that, 0% used. I don't know. We'll give it that little prompt in a second. Okay, no, only the persistence foundation is complete. Outstanding. All 17 acceptance criteria remain unchecked. Credit service and transaction logic. Decorator interceptor. What? Why didn't you? No upstream remote branch. PR not pushed. C. Yeah. Complete the rest of the plan. I'm really curious to see how far this is going to get us. Of the AI-credits.md plan. No way we get to the end of this. No way we get to the end of this and still and without reusing up all this. And it resets at 6. That's another. Yeah, we might have to upgrade. I don't think I'll have to change any of the database stuff. It's not called anything. Estimated cost, attribute item potency key expires at workspace, credit ledger, amount, which as long as nothing says monthly _ credits. Yeah, you can. That's funny. It's like one of those ones where people will try and move their mouth, or like force their mouth not to close, even though Coca-Cola, you don't have to touch your lips together to begin with. That's funny. Additionally, there is no unlimited allotment. Every tier will have a restricted amount of... Oh wait, not restricted. Every tier will have a certain amount of credits to be provisioned, so unlimited can be removed from this spec, as no tier will have unlimited AI usage options. All credit values should come from credits per period in snake case from the Stripe metadata. Just as an aside. Yeah, see, I made you smile. Yeah, dude. It's funny. That's funny. Yeah, no chance we're getting to the end of this today with Codex. So I might have to retreat and rejoin. When this runs out, but we'll see. Yeah, so I think I can come in here into Neon, credit accounts. This I need to delete. Unlimited. I gotta delete this. That's okay. We'll leave it in there for now. I kind of wanted to just do this on like just Claude or just Codex. Like this is a pretty big feature, pretty important feature with lots of moving parts. You know, webhooks, API, Stripe, back end, front end. So this is going to be a really good, I could probably turn this into a YouTube video, to be honest, like a full video, and like compare the results of each of them. It'd probably pop off on YouTube, to be honest. I use Claude and Codex in parallel for a full stack feature, and these are the results. You'll be shocked at their ending, or something like that. You'll be shocked at the results. Oh my god. They were neck and neck. In the end, one of them prevailed. You'll have to see. Watch to the end to find it, or watch to the end to see the result or something. I'm just not a YouTuber like that, dude. I don't care. I don't care that much. That'd be crazy if they act like an AI. Yeah, something like that, dude. Just a bot, dude. There we go. Do I like Codex better or Claude? It's a good question. I actually tend to like Codex more. But for whatever reason, I don't use it as much. I think I default to Claude because I like its output too. And I pay for the higher version on that. I heard Codex logic is better than Claude. Claude is good at coding, but not at logic. Maybe. I mean, this is going to be a good one to see. Like, this is a big, full stack feature, which are on two separate branches. And hopefully, you know, when this usage gets eaten up, because it will before this finishes, I'm almost 100%. You know, I'll just wait. Either I'll upgrade, probably not because I'm starving. I haven't eaten anything all day. I'll just wait until this resets at 6:45, come back, finish it, and then compare the results. I might do that on stream. I might not. Who knows? I probably will, just to have it documented somewhere. So if in the event that I do want to turn it into a YouTube video or something, I could. Or like a short form. Focus on schema, service, test, pass, API. Okay. I don't really need to do this, but maybe it'll do it again because I already did it. But web settings credits panel. Okay. I don't hate it. I forgot to go into all of the prices though, so I need to go into Price for starter. This is a month. I added credits per period. Oh, I think I already did this though. Price for starter for the year is 120. Nice. And then, yeah, it's already have these in there, but I do need to go in here and remove monthly credits because I don't use that anymore. The previous value that I had tested this with my other app was fine. It works. So month, year, just I want to go back and make sure that all of them have it. Whoa, 79, 150. Well, actually, I did want to change it to 15,000 for that. 15,000 tier pro. I forgot that I need to change this too. Year, like 180 million or 1.8 million is crazy. Credits per period is 150 or 180,000 because it's all year. 180,000 credits. I actually gotta go back into starter. This one's 10K. Save. This one is 120K. And then the last one, this is per month, which is 25K, let's just say. And then annually, yeah, let's just say 500K. That's like a crazy one. Delete. Okay. I'm so hungry. %. Who knew? Stream unavailable, suspended for privacy policies? Policy violations?